bizarre.
You want a war? You're gonna get one.
Drop it.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
Had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
only Cowboys game.
You
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You're like the way. Kick thing back here. What up, everybody? What is going down? We just had to come from that craziness, but we double walked that ass again, and we are rocking and rolling. What is happening, everybody? What's up, Seth? What's up, Lil Griffith? D-Rompo, what's up? Robert, Chaos, Chris, thank you guys for being here. Rylan, Noology, Corey, thank you for being here. Donnie, Elaine, Art, thank you for being here. Gomo, Dev, Sean, thank you guys so much. Anybody I missed, I apologize. Dude, the delusion is great. The delusion is huge. I think it's actually hilarious because for those that are wondering what I'm talking about, I was just on Big Sil's show talking with Mark Holmes and Cilio, and it's just amazing to me the amount of delusion that these Cowboy fans have. It is absolutely unbelievable, and they're just setting themselves up for a horrendous year, and I can't wait. I'm all for it. My day's going great, man. How are you? Eagles will go farther than the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what did the Cowboys do so great? Like what did they do so great? That's my question. Gary's their big signing, big deal. They don't hold. Let me see. I need to get a piece of. I needed to get something off of here. I forgot to get before I came on. Here it is. But yeah, they're crazy. And then it's like, oh, you're upset. You're upset. I'm not upset. What do I have to be upset about? It's like, it's June. But anyways, let me get this here. Anyways, we do got to talk about some things though. This AJ thing is crazy right now. This is what I wanted to get. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts, man? Like, did you guys get a chance to watch the show? I'm just curious if anybody was watching, and what you thought. I don't know, man. I just don't know. The questions, they're always like leading, and it's just crazy. People have been preying on our birds' downfall for so long, especially Cowboys and Ram fans. Yeah, and I get it, but it's like it's just like they're nuts. 500. Be real. The God Squad over there in LA will be. Well, I think if we're just putting teams, like if we're just putting rankings or looking what's on paper, I do think it's fair to say that the Rams got better. However, they gave up Jared Verse for Myles Garrett. And yes, Myles Garrett's definitely better, but it would have been more scary if they would have somehow kept Verse. But no, I think it's fair to say that the Rams, they're probably going to be ranked and looked upon as, the best team on paper right now, which is fine because it's only on paper. Philly gonna cry again? Yeah, I don't know. That don't even make any sense, dude. AO 500. Nice. Wasn't 3P uploading? Yeah, 3P. I hear you, Mark Cook. You know that didn't happen. He came in trying, and he got crushed. He got cornered so bad he didn't know what to do. He had to start like crying his way out, and then Cilio has to rescue him. Every time I got Mark in checkmate, Cilio rescues him. Do you notice that? Every time. I did watch it. Mark couldn't answer questions when you pointed back to him about the Cowboys needing to reset on their quarterback. You did great. Thank you, Leon. Exactly. He would not answer any questions. So I'm assuming you watched the LB stream about AJ lied to us. Your thoughts, and I want your thoughts on AJ Brown exclusive interview. Does it change how you look at AJ Brown? It does. It does. It does change how I look at the whole thing. I believe a lot of what LB was saying. I know for a fact that LB's not. He was told that information. Okay, and that's what was given to him. There's no question about it. Now, whether the person that gave it to him was right, I don't know that person, but I know that he was telling people what he knew. I think that, I think the whole situation is crazy, and I think that, like, really, I just think the whole, like, AJ going to New England, like, I think that interview was bizarre. I think the way he talked at the press conference was bizarre. I think that him loading up pictures that apparently were like, AI generated is bizarre. I think the whole thing is bizarre. And the things he's saying, I think it just, something's off about the whole thing. I really believe that. Roll Fleet Dogs, thank you for Super Chat. The Cowboys are always Super Bowl champions in June. Always. Always. With all the media that I consume about the Eagles and the memory I have, after the story dropped, I literally connected 1,000 separate dots that were simply missing a line. I know. Me too. It's crazy. And with the case and what went on there, I understand why the Eagles had to move him. And I understand why A.J. Brown wanted out. Like, it's just weird. The whole thing was weird. I don't know. What did you get? Like, I don't know, man. It was just like the way he answered some of the questions. I just felt like something's off with this whole thing. Yeah, AJ had with the same girl as Reddick. Yeah, exactly. One of my friends posted on Facebook that Darnold is thinking of coming out of retirement. If this is true, Garrett and Darnold could be. Yeah, it's true. He's literally thinking about it, and he looks like he's still in shape. That could be a big problem. There's no question about it. Howie needs to bring Josh Sweat home so we can get another ring. I'm with you on that. I think if given the chance, definitely do it. And Roll Food Dogs, I know I read this earlier, but I just wanted to thank you again, man, for the super chat. Thank you for being here, my man. 5 day for super chat. I told you during the season AJ looked off. Yeah, you did. And the funny thing is, it's like you're getting these people going, see, the Eagle fans, they're turning on A.J. Brown, or they see the Eagle fans, now they're saying good riddance. It's like, you can't really blame Eagle fans when all that information is withheld from us. We didn't know any of that information until, like, recently, Yeah, can you believe it? But the funny thing is, and this is the other thing Mark can't answer, like, he's crying, like, he's doing videos about the Eagles drama. Like, dude, this is 2 years old. The drama that we're seeing right now, they've been dealing with for 2 years. 2 years. So it's not really new drama. And they won with it. Yet your boy Dak, oh, he's so great. How come he can't win with drama? Hold your team to the same standards is all I'm saying. Philly, did you see we have a joint practice with Patriots and all? Yeah, I saw we do. And my fear about the joint practice is that it's going to be like a lot of like hugging and kissing and making out and like a lot of AJ love and stuff. I don't want that. Like, I want it to get nasty. I want it to be nasty. I want fights. I want it nasty because I don't like the whole thing. 500, I think a Giant Brown had a lot to do with the trouble on his last year. They, with all the shit they knew coming out. Yeah, it could have been. Yo, Philly, I always knew AJ wanted out when he winks to Edelman. Yeah, I mean, that was so whatchamacallit, that was so telling now. Philly Luke says, I don't give a F about AJ having Patriots rug in his man cave. It's his house. He can a dick-shaped chair in his house for all I care. It's his house. Yeah, I don't care either. But what is crazy about that, apparently he didn't have that. People are saying that who've been there saying, no, he never had that. He just got it. It looked brand new. So what's up with that? Did he really have it, or was he just saying it? I don't care if he did either. Yeah, then AJ sabotaging and then him pulling away from Devontae Smith. I do remember, though, watching last year and going, man, every time they show AJ, Devontae's not around. What's going on with that? And I thought that was interesting. AJ starts seeing his wife at 22. This can't be true. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I could tell you that from things that I heard about like what was going on, like that was like in 2023. Like I started hearing about this stuff in 2023 about AJ and Jalen. So, it's kind of crazy, Texas Eagles said, it's obvious his new wife made him leave Philly to a small town hoping he would cheat again. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I get things now, Like I said, if something came out and it was like this, then I could get it. I get it. I get why AJ left. I get why he wanted to leave. He had to get out of town. He couldn't deal with it anymore. I get it. Why hasn't the league said something about New England involvement with the whole situation? I think they want New England to basically like just, they want this whole thing with Rossini and Vrabel. They want it to just die out and go away. And because of that, they're not going to look at anything regarding AJ because it's connected. So that's why we're not going to ever hear anything on it. And then Patriot fans get mad. They're getting mad at me on X because I'm talking about it like, oh, we didn't do that. We didn't do anything wrong. It's like, come on. We know what you did. You got away with it. God bless. You got away with it. But you did. We know what was up. Jalen Stone says, get Max Crosby. We got to match the rant. I like that. I like that idea. I like that. Philly, what stories come out on AJ are the oddest? I mean, Jesus, it's all pretty odd, For me, what was been odd is like I think he goes to Barkley and tries to get Barkley not to like Hurts, and he goes to Devontae and tried to turn Devontae, and then he thought he was going to help get Jalen out of Philly, and then the Eagles like front office and owner stood up for Jalen, and he got like that's all weird. Asking for a trade 4-0 is weird. And I think it's also weird that you get like the national media guys are like pissed off that a guy like LB put out that content and put out what was true. And they're like kind of trashing him over it, but it's like you gave us nothing. You could not know, you had no information on anything going on, and then somebody comes out, puts a real story out, and then you get mad at them. It's crazy. Logan says, Philly, he backstabbed us starter last year. Yeah. It's crazy. For all this time, the media blamed Jalen and Sirianni held the team together. Agreed. And look, I could actually find a way to blame Nick in this, to be honest with you, because he's the coach and he allowed this drama to happen without stepping in. But I'm not going to do that, But, I mean, what's crazy to me is that people are still blaming Hurts. Like Hurts didn't do enough as a friend. Like I wouldn't want Jalen to react any other way than he did. Georgia, thank you for the super chat. What would you trade for him? Nolan, a 4th or 5th for Max Crosby? For Crosby, I'd give up a 2nd. I don't think I would give up a 1st. For 2nd and Nolan, how about that? For if you're talking about somebody else, let me know. If we're talking about Sweat, I just think like a 4th round pick. I don't think you need anything more than that. So I wish we kept Hassan instead of AJ, bro. Grew up wanting to be an Eagle. No, I hear you. I do think Reddick, the reason he left, I do believe that was over money. But then who knows? T. Rompo says, "Hey Philly, I believe Vrabel told AJ to drop his stock so they didn't have to pay 2027 first. He was terrible last season, and it's definitely suspicious. It's very suspicious. Vrabel comes out at the combine and says, I talk to AJ every day. Okay, you're talking to AJ every day. AJ asked for a trade at 4-0, and the team he wants to go to is New England. Now, here's the funny thing is they said that it wasn't until the Eagles were 4-0 last year that A.J. Brown requested a trade. However, the trade stuff with Rossini and New England and him going there, that started way before the fourth week of the season. So that happened before he even requested a trade. I mean, I think it's all connected, dude. And I think if they investigated and they looked at the text between Vrabel and A.J. Brown, I would not be surprised to see Vrabel coaching him on how to act to piss off the front office to get traded and how to handle it. I wouldn't be surprised. Great job on Silly Show. You absolutely cooked both of them. Us Eagle fans hold our team accountable. Cowboy fans do not. When we're bad, we admit it. But Cowboy fans always have to make excuses. I agree. I agree. And I wasn't asking, like, they act like I'm asking some bizarre question. And I'm not. I'm just saying, like, you're doing all these videos about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles and drama and blah, blah, blah. But the Eagles won. They won during that drama. Why is it that your boy can't win? Isn't Mark, by doing those videos, talking about the Eagles and all their drama, isn't he kind of indicting his own quarterback? That's how I see it. Yeah, AJ quit last year. It seems like it, It really, it's crazy. Yeah, all of it, Mav. It's crazy, Mav. LS, thank you for the super chat. Weren't the Packers the best team on paper last year? Rams are cooked. Stafford isn't mobile. Send a pass rush, and he's a walking pick. No, I agree with Stafford. Yeah, here's the thing. The teams that are usually best on paper in June means nothing. This is why the question that I keep getting asked about, is the Eagles' offense better than it was a year ago today? No, you just lost A.J. Brown. But by the time the year goes and they're playing and you see that you have a competent offensive coordinator, hopefully, and they're putting the receivers in a better position to win and they move as an offensive unit way better, yeah, they could be better. They could be better. But Ellis, you're absolutely right. And thank you for the super chat. We got 591 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. 500. I want players who know who want to be Eagles, not imposter. I know it feels very mercenary-ish. Like I also thought was odd too was that did you see the AJ Brown's goodbye to the Eagle fans? He didn't even mention that we won a Super Bowl together. It seemed really like that wasn't AJ Brown typing that. It was. AI, it was Chat GPT, or it was PR relation people. It just seemed very hollow. I think the whole thing is weird. Go watch that interview he did. I'm telling you, it's bizarre. Some of his answers are bizarre. Some of the things he said in that press conference are bizarre. It's weird. A.J. Brown ruined the offense he criticized about. Was why the offense suffered, and he cost the Eagles win. Yeah. I hear you. Philly also, my man, he goes 500. Think about how good Nick was dealing with that shit so long. Yeah, look, you got to give. I guess you got to give him credit, right? For putting up with that, keeping those guys together. I think that's fair. Also, I do wonder, should he have stepped in earlier or something? But no, I get it. I'm so glad we can focus on the new season. I know, right? Now, bro, we throwing hands. Look, I hope during that joint practice that it's not a love fest, man. I don't want a love fest. I want them fighting. You know what I'm saying? Brooks, thank you for super chat. He goes, AJ wants Reddick's leftovers. Yes. Fabio, thank you for the super chat. Is Crosby in trade talks to the Eagles or just Sweat? Haven't heard anything on Crosby, but I think Crosby's going to come up next. Like, I think they got quiet in Vegas with him, but I think that's going to pick back up at some point. The Corvette, thank you for the super chat. He goes, hey, what do you think about us getting Henry Ruggs 3 to a team up with Slim Reaper? Yeah, I mean, I don't know when he's coming out of jail and all that stuff. Is he out? Is he gonna? I mean, look, I don't mind taking a chance. I know a lot of people will not like that because of what he did. I feel like once you serve your time and you did it, you gotta, people need a second chance. So I would be open to it. And Corbett, thank you so much for that super chat, man. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Power Ranger, thank you for the super chat. I'm actually astounded at how our media, even McMullen, think we will take a step back this year. Our defense alone wins us 11 or 12 games. If the offense is healthy, we win 13. Philadelphia sucks. Yeah. Well, somebody, I forget who it was, pointed out, and they said, you keep talking. And they were telling me, and they were right. They said, you're talking about, the Eagles maybe not being as good having AJ, but you didn't say anything about the defensive side of the ball and the defensive unit. And they're right. They're absolutely right. You can say that the offense, okay, they lost AJ Brown, they take a hit there, but you can't tell me that defense ain't better. That defense is a lot better than it was a year ago, and I think that matters. Let's see here. Jerry Potter, thank you for the super chat. The Rams are paper champs. Our Eagles own them. Make it 5-0 October 4th, 1 p.m. I can't wait to belts to ass. Them up at the link. Go Birds. Oh, yeah. Let me see something. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Oh, I think they left. Oh. American Screeching Eagle, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Let's go get Max Crosby and try to make a trade for Mark Andrews to back up Dallas Goedert. See, I personally don't know you need Andrews. Like, I think Stowers is a good pick, but I'm with you on Crosby. Like, if you could add that, even if you added Josh Sweat, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Could you guys give me 1 second? I got somebody at my door and I need to go talk to real quick. Just give me 1 second. Thanks.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! You trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming.
All right, sorry about that. I had to run downstairs. I knew this story for 2 years. I grew up with a running back who used to play for the Eagles. Also still friends with LB who played in high school, and the running back also grew up with the girl. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I heard some stuff, but I never heard anything in detail like to this point. I knew for a while, though, that LB knew what was going on. Wooler's a bit of a hothead. I can't wait to see AJ or Reek battle. Yeah. Chris says, I told you a month ago he wanted to trade. Those short arms he had in the 49ers game should have gotten traded. You're right. Look, I will be the first to admit, I didn't want him to get traded. I wanted to keep him. We won a Super Bowl with him. I like him as a player, all that stuff. But when you don't have the information, and then you get this kind of stuff that comes out, it's like crazy, you know? That's why I don't understand how people are killing Eagle fans. It's like, how are they supposed to know any of this was true? Nick, thank you for super chat. Grenard is a dog. He's way better than Phillips. I think he's better than Phillips. I think Phillips still is younger and has more upside, but I agree. How much would it cost to bring Josh Sweat? I don't know. So the next move will be for Grant Delpit. Okay. And offensive line depth. I like it. I'm trying to catch up here. Fatfish, thank you for the super chat, my man. Ayo 500. Make a shirt saying AJ legs are always open. Oh, I like it. That's kind of gross, but I like it. I pretty much know what happened between the two. It got physical. They haven't been the same. Oh, they got in like fist fight. Oh, see, I didn't hear that. But I mean, look, to those that were saying 500, AJ this, AJ, you're right. 500, I had AJ Clown pegged for a douche. No, you did. Yeah, you totally did. Because I remember arguing with you about AJ Brown. It's just, look, I'm like old school. Like, I come from a time when we didn't win. We lost a lot of games. We lost, my first playoff Eagles game I ever watched was the Fog Bowl, and it was always suffering and stuff like that. When I get guys on a team that win and they actually win, then I gotta give those guys, I gotta protect those guys. It's like the same thing with Hurts. Like, you win with those guys, that's very hard to do. Guard depth, our starters are solid, are old. Well, I mean, some of them are. Lane's old, but Landon may be old, an old young man, but him and Cam shouldn't be old. They're not old. He was Butterfingers at the end. Fabio, thank you for super chat. You can tell Jalen didn't want to throw to AJ because of lack of effort from AJ. Plus, his routes look slow or no focus catching the ball. Yeah, I also think that the other tell, I think, about the whole thing is go back and watch. And I started doing this. Go back and watch Devontae Smith. Like when I watched LB's video, shout out to LB. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. But when I watched his video and he talked about the way that Smitty and Brown were kind of on the sideline, I went back and started watching some of it. And he's right. You could tell. I think Devontae kind of pulled away a little bit. And I think that's a telltale because those guys were like best friends. 500, my boy, let's get Sweaty back. By the way, F. A.J. Brown, dude is so happy now, but wait till September comes, that dude's going to be whining. I agree. You want a safety? My man Rock the Artist. Time for action. Hell yeah. 500, all these Eagle fans in here talking about shit about AJ now. They're hating on him now, but without him, y'all wasn't winning the Super Bowl. Well, here's the thing. Like, you got to understand it. Like I know you want to say, well, because he's not on the team, they're shitting on him. It's not that. It's that the stuff and the reasons why he wanted to get traded, why he was traded, all that stuff we just learned about after they trade him. We didn't have that information. And I think if the Eagle fans had that information 3 months ago, you would have heard a lot of people be saying that then. We didn't have the information, so I don't think you can hold it against us, man. I don't think you can hold it against us. So 500, you roasted them buns again. Thank you, El Yepa. It had to be done. Had to be done. Every time I got Mark cornered, and he's like, do you know what? Next time, watch. Every time I got him cornered, Cilio comes in and tags him out. I'm like, come on. Now you know why Hurts didn't throw Jada Ball a fourth down in the playoffs. He threw the guy. Yeah, that's true. You know? Trade for Crosby, I like that. A third for Sweat. I heard we didn't have a third-round pick next year. Is that true? No, you didn't miss nothing. We're just talking about the A.J. Brown situation. We're talking a little bit about Josh Sweat possibly coming back. A.J. a dumbass and ruined a dynasty. He did. I still think his statement when he left, like, thanks, Philly, for everything, it was like he didn't even mention winning a Super Bowl. He didn't even mention it. Like, did he hate playing with that team so much that he didn't even care that he won? That's crazy. You think Q and AJ are going to throw hands at joint practice? No, I think they're going to hug him and they're going to be friends with him and be nice. I don't think it's going to be anything like we want it to be, because I want it to be nasty. I want them to fight. I want them two teams to go out. Like, I want it to be nasty, because I do not like the Patriots. I never really I didn't care for the Patriots, but I didn't really ever hate them. I hate the Patriots. They're getting on Giant and Cowboys level hate. All right, Logan, go take a nap. Pause, yeah. Whatever I said, pause. My bad, pause. Let's see here. Roll Philly Dogs, thank you for the super chat, my man. Philly, I wanted AJ going a while ago. Yeah, you did. You're one of those guys. I could smell the lack of effort and focus. I wanted Smee as one. Yeah, I know. You're right. And I think you deserve credit for that, because you're right. You deserve credit. You know, a couple of you guys definitely do. Bonzology deserves credit. I mean, definitely. Roll Philly Dogs, thank you for super chat. Offense looked best in the second Giants game without AJ. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, look, I think the offense was so badly coached last year that if we get a competent coach, we'll be able to survive without AJ. Nick, thank you for super chat. No one straight up for Sweat or throwing a 6, though. See, it's interesting. If you got Josh Sweat, then what do you do with Noam Smith? I would try to keep him, you know. But then Brandon Graham, right? Is Brandon Graham coming back too? That's the other thing. We just don't know. It's weird times for sure. You know. What up, Marshall? How are you? Yeah, it seems like it. Jalen's going to have a monster season. He will be a play. I agree. I think Jalen Hurts going off this year. You know. I definitely agree with you. And speaking of going off here, look at this. I lost this thanks to AJ getting traded. Check this out. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. It's the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. All you have to do is pick a player here or there, more or less, and boom, lock it into your lineup and you're ready to go. And one of the great sections in it is now the team area, not just player area. And I love the fact that it's available in almost all 50 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And one of the big team plays that has been out there has been, where will A.J. Brown go? Where will he end up? And I played a few teams just in case, and for me, it didn't pay off. Maybe because of stubbornness, I don't know. But I played the Jacksonville Jaguars. That would have been a great payout. I played the Kansas City Chiefs. That would have been a great payout. And I played the Eagles and him staying. That would have been an okay payout. But the true winner was the New England Patriots, who were the favorites to land him. And now A.J. Brown is a New England Patriot. And if you played that, then you're feeling pretty good today about that. At least you're going to get something out of it. And if you like this and you want to check out Prize Picks, download the app, use promo code HMA, play your first $5 entry, and you'll instantly get $50 in lineups. That's $50 in lineups on a $5 play. You can't go wrong with that. All you got to do is use promo code HMA, download the app, and come check it out and let me know how you're doing. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. We appreciate that so very much. So let's catch up here to the chat. GTO260, thank you so much for the super chat. Is it true Henry Ruggs is up for parole in August and the Eagles organization is strongly looking at getting him reinstated to the NFL? I didn't hear that about him getting reinstated and the Eagles being interested. Somebody mentioned it earlier in my chat about Ruggs, so I assume it is. I guess he's getting up for parole in August. And as far as the Eagles trying to get him reinstated, look, I could see it. I mean, they did it with Vic before, I could see a situation where they try to bring him back, and maybe Ruggs would want to go play with Devontae Smith. They're very good friends, and maybe, they look at it like, he could be the guy to help get back on track. So I would think that there's some possibility there. See, thank you for super chat. He goes, AJ never gets traded if we had a decent head coach. A good coach doesn't let it get to this point. Why we stuck with dipstick Nick Sirianni. That's what, and thank you for the super chat. I'm struggling a little bit with the whole coach's role in this thing. Like, one part of me says, oh man, they had all that drama and they still won a Super Bowl. Does the coach deserve credit for holding it together? Or does he get blamed for having it get so out of hand? I'm a little bit I don't know. I don't know what the right answer. I don't know what the right answer to that is yet. To be quite honest with you, I don't know what it is. We got 661 people, only 190 likes. We need at least 300 likes. Hit that like button. I'll show you a kitty. Come here, baby. Come on. So we got 5-week-olds right here. Look at this little baby. Say hi. Say hi. 5 weeks. I haven't named them yet. But CT, man, thank you for the super chat. Like I said, I'm struggling with that, Dallas 505, thank you for super chat. Why did you have a nightmare about Cowboys double moonwalk at that ass last night and call me crying? It will be okay, buddy. Change those undies. I think that was somebody else. That must have been New England 500 because it wasn't Philly 500. I slept like a baby last night. Ron says Howie's not about to trade for Sweat when he can just sign a player like Clowney for free. The thing about Clowney is, for whatever reason, Clowney's like a free agent every year, and for whatever reason, the Eagles never sign him. Some people think it's because of the cheap shot on Wentz. I don't know, Ruggs, I would think Ruggs is like 28, probably, right? Ruggs came out the year before Devontae, I think. Didn't he come out the year before? So he's got to be fairly young. Let me see. He's got to be about 28, 29 at most. Let me see. He is 27 years old. He turned 27 in January. And let me tell you one thing about Ruggs. Before that incident, that unfortunate, horrible incident, he was leading the league, I think, in yards per catch. He was starting to become a player. I really wonder if they'll do that. I think with the Ruggs thing, though, you're going to have people who are going to be upset because of what he did. But I think you got to talk to him. The owner's got to meet with him. They got to, make sure that he wants to change his life and that he's sincerely sorry and stuff like that. I think if you do that, I think a guy serves his time. I think you got to give him a second chance. And I think that guys that they let out that don't deserve a second chance, they should never let out. So to me, once he comes out, I think, if his head's right, I think, like Vic, you got to give him a chance. These are grown men getting paid millions. They are going to do whatever they want to do. That's true. I think Jalen will play more free. He won't have to worry about someone throwing a bitch for if Jalen doesn't throw it to him while he's done. Yeah, that's true. I would rather have Max Crosby. I would too, Truth Speaks. I would too. It's just that he may be cheaper. Sweat may be cheaper. Like, I'm thinking Sweat like a 4th-round pick. You know? Clowney, not a bad round. No. I mean, look, like Mark thinks I'm trolling, but I'm not. Like, they got Rashad Gary. Okay, but you let Clowney go. I think Clowney's better. I really do. Philly, why does Still said not to use your 28th first-round pick for a safety or offensive line pass rusher, but Dallas used their first round for safety? I don't understand. I don't understand. I think he's reaching. I'm having this debate with him. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, that I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to say they only wanted a 28th first-round pick because they're thinking about getting rid of Hurts. That's what he's trying to say. And I don't agree with that at all. People don't want to give up the 27 first-round picks because of the draft class is supposed to be like one of the best draft classes, especially top-heavy, in years. So I think that's more of it. And then he's, Jalen's going to get replaced. They're going to replace him. I don't listen to what WIP says. Like, I don't care what they say. I don't care. They told, he's going to go, I don't buy it. I don't think it's like the way they claim it is with Hurts. What happened to Keegan? I don't know. What do you mean? That's what I'm saying, Philly. Now that the trade is done, clap back and file for tampering. I agree. I think they should. And you know why they won't, though? I mean, the reason they won't do it is because the NFL doesn't want the story of Rossini, of Dirty What's-Her-Face. They don't want that story with her and Vrabel out. And if you start looking at the tampering with AJ, you're going to bring back that whole Rossini and Vrabel thing. That's why they won't do it. Name the kitty AJ Brown. No. Celia hates the Eagles. We have an elite defense, stars on offense, new scheme. Why be so negative? I don't know. It's like, why be negative? But then when it's Cowboy stuff, it's like, they're looking great. They're looking great. And I'm thinking, what? People in denial level. AJ is responsible for AJ getting traded. He is. Yeah. Them can't be 5 weeks for months now. Well, then what are they like? Are they like cat little people? Look how small this thing is. 5 weeks, baby. If it was 5 weeks for months, I would love it. I would love it if they stayed at this age. Are you kidding? I would keep them all. They get big and fat. Keegan can't play the other side. No versus. You're talking about the offensive lineman. Ruggs tired. Tried to leave the scene. He has shown remorse to the family that he wrong. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the Eagles have to figure out if they sign a guy like that. Because I feel like, in my heart, I feel like if a guy is sincere and he serves his time, which he did, I think he deserves a second chance to get on with his life. That never discounts what happened, but you gotta be able to move on, I think. Otherwise, what were people supposed to do? Next month is training camp, then preseason football is almost here. Yes, sir. I don't know what happened to Keegan, man. I thought I really liked him. I thought he was going to be something, but he just never took off. Dallas 505 David Super Chat. Is your favorite book still Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's it. It says starring Mark Holmes. Eagles are signing linebacker Chandler Martin per the waiver wire after being released to make room for some more. Oh, okay. I don't know much about him. 2008 first and Nolan for Crosby in a fifth. We got AJ for Delpit and let's run it. Wow. I mean, that's a lot. I was hoping we could get Crosby at more of a discount, but I mean, I would consider it. Ruggs probably runs a 4.99 now. Yeah. If he still got his speed, forget about it. That could be lethal. Like I said, go back and watch Ruggs that year he got in trouble. He was starting to become an all-pro receiver. He was like a nasty deep threat, like nasty. And then he got in trouble. Love those movies. Yeah, I remember those. We were talking about Ruggs. Can he get our first? Can he get our first? I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean? Can he get out first? Oh, can he get out first? Yeah. Okay, get out first. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah. Well, everybody's saying. I guess he's up for parole in August, so he's going to get reinstated and sign with somebody. I guess the thinking is that the Eagles could use wide receiver help, and Devontae Smith is really good friends with him. Yeah, it was Ruggs' fault. There's no question about it. We have an elite defense, stars on offense, and a new scheme. Why be so negative? Good Lord, I'm excited. We're still the most stacked roster. I know. I agree with you. I'm in total agreement. Like, it's like, the questions are like, well, how do you Eagles do this? And then you explain it. Well, why do you think that the offensive coordinator is going to do it? It's like, well, wait a second. You said, how do they do it? Well, then the offensive coordinator is going to have to do something right. No, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what they want. William says, what up, Philly? I don't miss A.J. Brown. Nah, if all those things are true, man, I'm not going to miss them either. All right, I have a question. Do you think after the Eagles lost the first matchup with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, do you think that relationship changed with AJ and Jalen as soon as they lost? No. I got in the summer of it was going into the 24 season. I heard some things from some people. I won't mention who it is, but a couple people, different people that would know, told me that there was a feud or something that started around the time of the collapse. It had to do with a girl, is what I knew, and it had to do with a girl and Jalen and AJ at odds, and it was kind of vague like that. One of them, there was another specific one that turned out that wasn't true, but that's basically what I heard, and they said that started right around the collapse. So it didn't start in that Super Bowl. It started the collapse. Remember, we were 10-1. We were 10-1. We had beaten Buffalo. And then something happened at that point is what I heard. Yeah, but if Ruggs wasn't an NFL player, he would have gotten 20+ years. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know the rule. I don't know. You could be right. You know, and if that's the case, it's not fair, obviously. But if you know, I don't know what the rules are. You know, like if you look at Michael Vick, you know, a lot of people said that Vick, being a football player, actually got punished extra hard because who he was, and that actual crime, they, you know, as bad as that was, also they never punished people to that level. So I don't know. But, you know, that's not on, see, I don't look at, that's on the justice system. That's not on Ruggs. Ruggs can only serve the time that they tell him to serve, you know. Question is he remorseful? Has he learned his lesson? You know, Josh Jacobs looks like he's going to be in trouble. Sweat will be a Cowboy. I think they asked Arizona, and Sweat said he doesn't want to play in Dallas, is what I heard. Wilson and Cooper will be gone. Susan Detman walking through the room. So the 20th pick will be for Crosby, would be great. It would be great, yeah. Keegan, I think he got cut, right? How many kitties? She had 7 kitties. 7. And they all looked like this. Say hi. Hey. You okay? You like this? You an Eagle fan? Yeah, Eagle fan. This one loves to talk. Dallas, thank you for super chat. What conspiracy do you believe in the most? Like all of them? I would say the one I believe the most, still to me the best one, or I don't know best one, but I still think the JFK one. That's the one that started it all for me. So that one I would believe the most. File for tampering. Wouldn't they just cancel the trade if there was tampering involved? Just say you didn't like the trade. No, because I don't think the Eagles would cancel it. But I wonder what they would. They might dox the Patriots picks. But the problem is they don't dox the Patriots picks and give them to the Eagles. They don't do it. It's not like the Eagles get there first. They just take the picks away from New England. Katie says 500. When the Eagles win the division again this year, you'll be singing "Daddy's Home" while smoking a stogie. I know. And the thing is I've been doing this song and dance with Mark since like 2017. This is like seasonal. This whole thing is seasonal. This is around the time where he's all cocky and arrogant and trying to tell you how the Eagles are going to collapse while he ignores his team. And then once you get into the season, you know what happens. September comes, he's happy. October comes, maybe Dallas playing all right, he's happy. Then November, he starts to get worried. Then December, he's miserable. And in January, he's crying the blues. It's like a yearly thing. So with all-pro bench warmer, I say it all the time. He gets mad. Skip my comments. He was a hell of a player in Miami. Nick, thank you for super chat. Rossini will go public eventually on Vabril. Maybe. And thank you for super chat. You might be right about that. Howie Roseman will be smart to look for the Eagles' next offensive coordinator now because the fan base will be throwing Mannion under the bus and egging his house before their bye week. I hope not. I mean, I hope Mannion's going to be good. You know? What do you think? Is he going to be good? Yeah? Is he going to be good? Only Patriot mix is that X-Raven kicker named Tucker. You're right. Paul Feder, thank you for super chat. You hear Lord Brunson's report on AJ yet? Yeah, I watched it. I watched his stream yesterday. I thought it was great. I told people they should go watch it because I know for a fact. I talked to him earlier in the year. I meant something about it. Like I knew he knew what happened. I knew he knew, and he's like, it's crazy. And then I know that what he was given, the information he was given, he shared. And, I find LB to be stand-up guy. I love him. I love the guy. And he's one of the guys I respect the most. And that's because of my personal dealings with him. He's always been just rock solid. And I believe him. If he says that, I believe him. No questions. No questions asked. GT 260, they were super chat. Oh, Steven, mother humper. I had to give you a little bit today. I mean, because I watched so many weeks that you say stuff and I just laugh. I had to give it back to you a little bit. But you might hate me, but I love you. I love you. I love it. Hate is fine. You're allowed to hate me. Just care, that's all. GT 260, thank you for the super chat. So's got a Cowboys helmet in the background of his show that tells you everything you need to know. All I can say is every time I got Mark and check me, he gets bailed out. Crosby can barely walk. Is it that bad? Are you sure? I would only sign Ruggs if he agreed to pay the victim's family 5% of his paycheck until he retires or donate to a charity that works alcoholics and crackheads. That's fair enough. I mean, I think that's fair enough. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If the Eagles front ownership want to do that, I have to assume that the family's probably already got something in a lawsuit, like a wrongful death lawsuit or something, where they're getting money already. But I get it. I think that situation you have is like, what kind of mentor is Devontae Smith to Ruggs? That would be my first question. If he's like a big brother type thing, can help him then maybe. But you also got to talk to Ruggs. You got to find out where his head is, and go from there. AJ fell in love with yeah, he did. Ain't no way Crosby is the first after failing physical. Do you believe he failed the original? Because a lot of people say that, he didn't. That they just wanted to get out of the trade because Hendrickson was going to be cheaper. So, it's crazy. Paul David Super Chat goes, Brunson source said AJ hated Barkley and BG too. Yeah. And it makes sense in a weird way because Brandon Graham is always got Jalen Hurts' back. And Barkley's relationship with Hurts has gotten really good. Phil, you got to make it down to Cayman Islands. What do you think about potential Crosby? I think that Crosby's going to come back and play at some point. I think we're going to see something. I think that the Raiders are playing it quiet now because they want to rebuild his trade value. So they're waiting for him to get healthy. But I think we're going to see it, and I think the Eagles should get in on it. Now, did you guys see the reports today that the Eagles denied the Browns wanted Jalen Carter? The Eagles were talking to Browns. Browns wanted Carter in the trade, and the Eagles said no. Some people said that wasn't true. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I would love to go to the Cayman Islands, by the way. How he could have landed him or CD, but he chose Jalen Reagor. Laugh out loud. I know. That's why I mean, Ruggs was my number one receiver coming out of that draft. And that would have been wrong. It would have been wrong, but at the time, if you remember, the one thing the Eagles needed was a deep threat. I wanted a deep threat. And Ruggs, the year he got, like I said, the year he got in trouble, he was leading the league, I think, in average yards per catch. I would not sign Diggs. Nah, I don't want to do it. To me, Diggs is a kind of seems like a pain in the ass kind of problem. Philly, look at AJ's stats while in Philly. What is he crying about? How much better he actually be with the Patriots? Laughing my ass off. Guy threw a tantrum over at most like one more catch a game on average. I know. And that's why none of it ever made any sense until the stuff came out. LB talked about. Then you started to see, like, yeah, there's got to be something else here. We got 738 people, only 265 likes. Oh, man, we got to get them likes up. You're killing me. That algorithm is going to double move up my ass, bending me over. You gotta hit that like. Let's get over 300 likes. Yeah, I answered that one, J-Dog. Mark, I'm thank you for Super Chat. I got invited to join in a collab as husband who leaves to work. It's $600. Should I go? It's for an adult creator. Only downside is I won't get the action. Wait. I got invited to join a collab as, quote, husband who leaves to work. It's $600. Should I go? It's for an adult creator. Only downside is So wait, it's like what, like a adult film, and you play the husband that leaves for work, and you don't get to in on the action. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I can't tell you that. Would I do it? No, but hey, what are you gonna do? YMCMB, thank you for Super Chat. 500. They should ban AJ for throwing games on purpose because he was a whiny little bitch. Player who bet and threw it to get cash are banned. Look at the Niners game now. Vrabel and him can cheat together. I hear you. I know. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's crazy. Now every question is rebutted with, but yeah, you don't have a quarterback because he's limited. I know. It's just so old, you know. Smee about to go 1,500. I think Smee's going to have a great year. The guy who just said he had a fight due to the situation is 100% right. AJ lost. Really? And AJ lost. Interesting. Howie working on something. BG wouldn't leave us out to dry like this before a big year. No, I think BG's coming back. I just don't. I just don't know when. Philly, what's Philly? I did. Oh, I thought I read it. Let me go back, GT. Let me see if I can find it. My bad if I did. Is it this one right here? GTO 260. It didn't say anything, but thank you so much. If this was the one you're talking about, I really appreciate it. Green Blaze, the Fly Eagle, thank you for the super chat, man. Very, very generous of you. Thank you so much. Here's my thing, Philly. I can understand where AJ wanted to leave. Why I don't like is how he forced his way out of Philly, for one. You never put your emotions over principles when you're a professional football player. Look, I get it, too, because I get why he wanted to leave, right? His girl's probably, he wants to get married, wants to get out of the city that he cheated, got caught, go somewhere else, new start. I get it, too. I get it. But just the way that things came about, like where you're trying to do things to get the Eagles to want to trade you when like all these other things are coming out, like that you tried to do and tried to turn people on Hurts and like all these things, if true, it's crazy. And then if you just go read AJ Brown, what he said to the Titans fans when he left. Then go read what he said to the Eagle fans when he left. It's so disingenuous. He doesn't even mention a Super Bowl. I don't think he even wrote it. And then he goes on that interview. It was bizarre. His press conference. It was bizarre. Like, the whole thing something seems really off to me about this whole thing. I don't know what it is. KSJ, thank you for Super Chat. Gotta be honest, I think Jalen is on the hot seat. Maybe. I mean, maybe you're right. I just, you might be right, but my point wasn't like Jalen's not going to be held responsible if he doesn't win. My point is I don't know how much I believe some of those stories that come out where it's like, if he doesn't do this, it's over. He's gone. We've heard that before. Then he goes to a Super Bowl. Then he wins another one. You're gonna really get rid of a guy this year that took you to a Super Bowl and won another one? It's hard for me to believe. And then my point, other thing on Cillia's show is why Mark Holmes doesn't have a right to talk about that. Like, well, he does. Everybody has a right to talk about it. But what I'm saying is, he can sit there and bring that up in terms of Jalen, but he won't acknowledge that Dak Prescott has been there 11 years, and he should be on the hot seat as well. But, I mean, we'll see, Dallas 505, thank you for Super Chat. I'm moving to New Mexico to be a sprinkler fitter. Got to drive 17 hours on Monday. Going to be crazy journey. Where are you going from? Like, are you going from Texas? New Mexico's interesting. Are you going to Albuquerque? I've been through New Mexico quite a lot. The Eagles front office did everything to keep AJ's locker room annex quiet, but they let the media throttle Hurts. They out of pocket. Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. I'd rather deal with the T.O. drama than the AJ drama. Me too. I would too. I can understand where the Terrell Owens drama comes from on some level. A lot of the stuff with AJ, we didn't know anything about. Hornswoggle, man, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you. He says, so glad to see you, Philly. Been super sick the past few days. Thought on Lemon's hamstring injury. I hope he isn't injury prone. So glad AJ is gone. Thank you so much for super chat. It's great to see you too, my friend. Thank you for the generous donation. My thoughts on his hamstring are, it's June. I'm not going to worry about it yet. You know, like I think there's plenty of time for him to get healthy. Now, if this is something that we deal with every year or all the time, then yeah, you know, it'll be a problem. But like, it's crazy to me that like you get a guy like Mark, like the guy gets injured and he's out there gloating about it. It's like it's June. His hamstring doesn't need to be good till August. I just think that it's like craziness out there, man. LB said when AJ reported his car stolen was when he got caught cheating. Yeah, I know that was an interesting twist, right? That I didn't think anything about. That was kind of crazy. And then, you know, he also said that Hurts that AJ did not have that New England Patriots rug in his house. That the people that talked to LB, he didn't have a rug like that. He just got it, which is really weird to me. And then what about the pictures? Did you guys see the pictures that were posted of AJ Brown as a kid in the Patriots jersey? That was a little weird because it was a Nike shirt, and they didn't start doing pro football jerseys until when he was much older. I don't know if that's 100% true, by the way, but if it is, that's bizarre. That's bizarre behavior. Super Tony, what's going on with the best Superman? Philly, you got to make a movie about all this AJ Brown cheating, and Jalen didn't want to hear any of it. Only was focusing on football. Reminds me of Wentz, Howie fight in the locker room. I know, right? We need like a whole HBO special. You're right. Yep. I'm not gonna lie. I hope Aaron Donald doesn't come out of retirement, dude. That's if he's got anything left. Yeah, you're right. Russell Wilson retired. I actually thought he retired during the season. What are your thoughts on when Maria Taylor asked about Jalen and AJ's relationship? Do you believe they haven't been friends since the collapse? Yeah, I mean, what I heard was that when they collapsed was about the time it broke off and it got ugly and it hasn't been right. And then they kind of like got to the point where they can, you know, do business together. And that was about it. Asking for a friend, does a massage place still work there? Asking for a friend, I don't know. Everyone's saying he won't be as good without AJ. How does a guy who doesn't try and throws games help us? We will be better with solid, motivated guys. I think we'll be better with, you know, with opening a playbook up for Jalen Hurts where he can go to the short passing game, where he can throw over the middle. Because, see, everybody said, well, he can't do the short pass. He can't throw short passes and he can't throw over the middle. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe it. I believe that they didn't put that in the game. That wasn't what the coaches wanted to do. And I believe with better coaching, I think he'll be whatchamacallit. The picture was AI. It was AI. I mean, I don't know, but if that's well, why would he post an AI picture of himself in a Patriots jersey though? Isn't that bizarre behavior? That's bizarre to me. So you think all the Eagle players had a big party when AJ left Ace? No, I don't think so. No. Can you see the King? If I don't have where they at. When they left, they're somewhere. They were photoshopped. He was 50. But that's bizarre? Like, that's bizarre behavior. Like, why do you need to Photoshop it? Nobody's going to doubt that he wasn't a Patriot fan. Like, I don't know. That something's off about the press conference he had yesterday. Something's off about that whole interview. Like it seems like to me he's lying his ass off. That's what it seems like. But I don't know for sure, but something's not right. The jersey picture was also, it's that bizarre. That's weird. Hassan cracked his side piece. AJ got emotional. Sheesh. It feels like an episode of The Boys. Yeah. Nike started making a jersey in 2012. He was much older than that in 2012. The young pick of AJ was clearly AI generated. Even if Nike was making those type of jerseys back then, it's obviously AI generated. Also, his farewell message was written by ChatGPT. Oh man, that was one of the worst, like goodbye messages I've ever ever read. It just had no heart to it, no soul, you know. Diana Rossini was the, yeah. Hurt's wife went to AJ's wife and told her to leave him. Yeah, something like that. Oliver, yeah, crazy, right? Jordan said he's glad that, yeah. Jordan Davis looks great, by the way. Davis looks great. Jalen Carter looks great. I think Saquon Barkley looks like he's 10, 15. He looks 15, 20 pounds lighter. I think the Eagles are going to be ready. Cali Eagles, thank you for the super chat. Yo, what up, Philly? This inter-squad season practice is going to be the most watched ever. I hope so, and I hope it gets ugly. I want fights. I want it all, you know? Was AJ really that good in 2025? Thought he was even as good as Devontae, and he really was not top 5 reasons. No, I don't think he had his best year last year. You know, and if you remember, Devontae started that season off last year. Like, he was, like, tearing it up. And he started pulling away stat-wise from AJ. And then all of a sudden, AJ made a big complaint about it, and then it went the other way. You know, it's crazy. The whole AJ thing's crazy. I think this, though. I think that Eagle fans shouldn't feel like, you know, let people say, oh, you changed your opinion once he got traded. That's not the truth. The truth is, you know it and I know it. We didn't have all this information till after the fact. And that's what changes your mindset about him. So Reddick was traded for a bag of chips to make AJ happy. I don't believe that. I still think that was over money. I do. 500, can you imagine Eagles versus Patriots Super Bowl? It would be the most watched. Oh, man, it would be great. It would be great. Heard the rumors the Eagles are back in talks getting Crosby by trading Nolan Smith for Crosby. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. As a matter of fact, I did a whole video on that earlier in the year. Eagles are not winning anything. We have to start being more realistic here. We'll see. We'll see. How do you feel about Diggs or Hill? OBJ just got another shot, or is the wide receiver? I don't think the wide receiver room's that bad. I would consider Hill. I don't want to deal with Diggs. I just think Diggs it's always some off-field stuff. I don't want to deal with Diggs. Unrelated to the story, sounds exactly like the situation what happened between 3 of my friends 2 years ago, and those 3 aren't really close no more and don't talk to each other. Yeah. It's crazy. It really is. Lucius, the show, my man, thank you for super chat. Let me always be the voice of reason. Nike has been making NFL replica jerseys since the 90s. They became official NFL jersey 20. Thank you. I have no idea, you know. So yeah, that's interesting. Can't we use, like, isn't there a tool? And thank you for that super chat and letting us know. Isn't there a tool though that you can run a picture through like an AI and find out if it was AI generated or not? Now, Diggs will be trying to sleep with everybody's wives here, right? On the narcissistic scale, 1 to 10, AJ about half dash. It's so true. Yeah, I agree. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, I am going to end it. I got some things to do. Got some things going on. My daughter's getting ready to graduate high school, so I'm getting ready for that. But I got to do that today, so I'm going to get going. I'll be back tomorrow with a video, and then I might do another live stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but either a video or a live stream. So look for that. But I am going to get out of here, no doubt. Yes, Google Image can pick out AI photos. Okay, so then somebody should just run that thing through it. Well, somebody said they already did, I think. But yeah, somebody said that it was whatchamacallit. It was AI generated. Hey, Dr. Jen, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. I'll tell my daughter to say that thank you. Thank you, Super Tony. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. She's excited. I said, go get a job, time to pay rent. No, but you know, what are you going to do? But no, anyways, guys, thank you. I am going to get going. I will talk to you guys later tomorrow. And yeah, just this whole AJ thing, it's been bizarre 2 days, no doubt about it. With that said, I'm out of here. Peace.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the C-Lamb. Trying to defend the C-Lamb. You trying to defend the C-Lamb. You got to give it to C-Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.